welcome back, guys. If that was not the epitome of luxury, I don't know what is. So, welcome to my version or my cover of the Zeekr global launch for the 009. So, for context, on Friday night, Zeekr had the global launch of the 009, which is the new one, and it was out in Hong Kong. And it's the first place where they're actually launching it outside of the China market. So potentially we are going to get that variant. Now there's a couple of variants that we'll go through tonight, but essentially we are potentially getting one of those from what I'm aware of. And so I wanted to basically share everything with you so that you guys can get just as excited as I am. And so basically it was on Friday night, so 19th of July. Now my wife watched nearly 3.5 out of the full 4.5 hours. So I've taken some time to kind of put this all together, and I've essentially taken out all of the good bits just so you guys can have, I guess, the recap or the shorter version instead of a full 4.5 hours. So whilst the video is still long, use the timecode chapters below. You can skip through to various parts of the conference. And with the help of my wife and some of Google translations, I hope that the snippets brings you the event to life as much as it did for us both. And so what I want to show you guys on the screen, where you see all the circles up there, is essentially the time and how many people were actually tuning in live. So 9:28 was already a fair bit of time into it. 7 million people streaming at that point in time. You then see almost half an hour later at 9:57, 11.4 million. And then just past midnight, 12:19, 36.1 million people watching it live. That is astounding. And I guess if you guys don't know how many people 36.1 million people is in terms of the streaming, if you look at the bottom left over here, Australia's population is only 26.01 million. Now that's of course, statistics from 2022. But even then, in the vicinity of about 26 million, you then have Canada around 38.93 and California about 39 million. So that's almost the entire Canada or California, thereabouts, I guess a good 90-something%, all streaming at once. Now, whilst it sounds like a lot of people to stream live at once, in terms of numbers, if we're talking about numbers from China, it's not even a dent in the population, right? Like 1.412 billion. So either way, just wanted to show you guys the magnitude of how many people were tuning in and how many people were really excited about this. So the event did go on for a fair while, and it did at one point when we took the screenshots 36.1. So I don't know how much more it went in terms of lower or higher numbers throughout, but we did grab the screenshot of 36.1 million. So that's how many people at the bare minimum did tune in, and it continued to increase through the time. So either way, as I said, chapters below, jump through whatever sections you guys want. I've used translations from my wife and from Google to try and help bring this to life and so that you guys can understand what it's all about. So let's get cracking. Alright, now, because the launch was in Hong Kong, Zeekr did actually invite 2 top Hong Kong celebrities and current Zeekr 009 owners into the whole conference and into the whole official launch. So for the ones that are familiar with, I guess, the Hong Kong celebrity side of things, you will recognize them. For the ones that aren't, names are on the screen: Charmaine Cher and Aaron Kwok. And basically 2 of these are top A-tier superstars. A bit of information there, so pause on the screen if you guys want to have a quick read. But basically they are existing 009 owners, and obviously going to be getting the new ones, and they too are extremely excited to be sitting and seeing the new one. So there you go. Okay, so here we're going to have a video of the official launch or press conference for the debut of the new Zeekr 009.
每个时代都有这样一群人，不沿袭旧路，而是创造新途，在巅峰之上，一次又一次登上新的巅峰。我们用中国速度，让全球见证中国纯电的奇迹。以浩瀚为底座，重构未来的星辰大海。
在极客，安全是检验豪华的第一标准。
用刻在基因里的安全，重新定义豪华的第一标准。我们将梦想变成现实，让中国纯电成为豪华标杆。我们持续进化，超越一个又一个神话，用一次又一次第一，去缔造下一个传奇。
Zeekr's CEO told me in exclusive that his EV company is about to crawl into the international ring.
Especially in Europe. Zeekr just shipped its first cars last month.
我们放眼全球，不断开辟属于中国纯电的全新天地。我们沐浴光辉，开创纯电豪华全新时代，
超越传统豪华，打造更顶级的豪华产品。
曙光已现，锋芒耀眼。今天，我们在豪华之上再突破，我们在极限之外再超越，让中国豪华 MPV 从此走向世界。全新极客009豪华旗舰 MPV 耀世登场。
有请吉利控股集团总裁、极客智能科技 CEO 安聪慧先生。
Please welcome Mr. Andy An, President of Geely Holding Group, CEO of Zeekr Intelligent Technology.
Thank you. 谢谢。
What do you guys think? Very, very amazing. Let's scroll on. Alright, so this was essentially one of the first slides that they pulled up onto the screen, and they essentially wanted to give you guys a couple of stats on the brand. So starting right smack bang in the middle, basically Zeekr saying they are a champion brand amongst China's luxury pure EV brands. They've had a new monthly delivery record as at June 2024, which is just over 20,000 deliveries. And then on the far right, first half of 2024, 87,870 cars sold, and Zeekr is the sales champion amongst all of China's pure EV brands above $200,000, which is approximately 41,000 Australian dollars. So this slide essentially shows you two key champions in the MPV market, or in the people mover market. So basically the translation here and what the CEO was saying was, when creating the car, the Alphard and the Mercedes V-Class that you can see there were the key competitors. And throughout the entire press conference, the CEO continues to mention this is the absolute new benchmark of luxury MPVs. This is the MPV reincarnated. So for the ones that aren't too familiar, the left car there is the Toyota Alphard. It is a imported luxury people mover that you can get here in Australia, and the brand new ones are over $100,000, from memory probably like $130,000, $140,000. You can buy used ones, obviously with the price coming down, but that is essentially the benchmark, that and the V-Class. And then to this next slide, basically we'll see 3 cars there. First one obviously looks like a Mercedes, but actually it's not just any Mercedes. That is a Mercedes Maybach, so it is the top tier of Mercedes. Then of course you've got the Toyota Alphard in the middle, and then for the ones that do recognize that shape, Land Rover, Range Rover Sport or Range Rover Autobiography, one of those types of super luxurious Range Rovers. Now, in terms of the middle section, to the left, this section over here, what that's essentially saying is 75% of 009 owners have come from backgrounds with those types of vehicles. So they are absolutely targeting the top tier luxury segment. And those are 3 of the vehicles in terms of where the people have come from for the background of the cars. And so here comes some of the translations based on some of the screenshots we've taken throughout the night. So this one here is saying for all series, regardless of whether it's 6 or 7 seats, they will come standard with ultra soft Napa aviation grade seats. We'll touch on more of the other stuff as we go through the slides, but that's just the key point there is Napa ultra soft Napa aviation grade seats. Coming on to here, what you're about to see is demonstration of the fold-out table, middle armrest, same Napa leather coated material as the seats, and then you'll also see the passenger controls are revealed by sliding back the outer armrest. You've got one-touch controls to recline the seats, and you can also turn on the massage functions. So here goes for the video.
然后整个的一个这边呢还有一个小桌板，我们这个小桌板啊，
我最喜欢这个，
是的，就比较方便啊。
真的好喜欢，我可以放就，比如说吃个盒饭，没时间的话可以吃饭吃点东西，要不就放个那个手机在。
对，是的。然后整个的这个功能我觉得还是很适合方便。
太好了。
而且连这个桌板上方这个材质也是跟座椅是同款材质的，是一个 soft Napa 的一个材质，可以给我们一个非常舒适的领车体验。而且同时的话，我们这个座椅还有按摩功能。
是吗？
对，我们来体验一下。
在哪里呀？
来，您把这个摁住这个盖，然后往后。
先把这个收起来先。这边吗？
对，往后拉。
哎，
往后拉。然后我们点击上方的这个圆钮，
点一下。
对，点一下。对，然后它这个背部的这个按摩就已经启动了。然后如果说
太爽了。
是的，在车上不仅仅有一个很大的空间，还有一个非常舒适。
Hopefully that gives you guys a short understanding of, I guess, what we were trying to portray. So really cool that you've got that full fold out tray, massage seats, and it just looks really, really, really luxurious. So let's jump on to the next slide. So here is a bunch of stats that you can see, or a bunch of features that you can see. So starting at the top left, 108 kilowatt hour Kirin battery from Chinese battery manufacturer CATL. It's 800 volt architecture and it's high performance silicon carbide rear drive system. In terms of suspension, so dual chamber air CCD electromagnetic vibration reduction. That was an absolute mouthful. Basically air suspension and dual chamber, meaning you've obviously got a lot of ability to handle the weight, and obviously magnetic vibration, so it'll help give you a super smooth ride. You've got smart privacy sound. I'm not too sure in terms of the translation what the front distal airbag is supposed to mean. 35.95 inch augmented reality heads-up display. That is absolutely massive to be able to just keep your eyes on the road and to see all of that, so that's pretty amazing. You'll also see as we move to the right, all of the series come with 30 speaker system from Yamaha, and then you've got a heating and cooling constant temperature controlled fridge, and I've got a actual picture from one of the snippets of the videos further down the bottom right so you guys can see there. You've also got 0 to 100 in the top spec 3.9 seconds. That is ridiculously fast. Comparing that to our Model Y, which is 3.7, that thing is really, really quick. Not too sure the purpose of, I guess, that next one there where it says intelligence. Obviously the car has heaps of features, including being able to integrate artificial intelligence into the car, so perhaps that's what it's referring to. So it's got, as you saw earlier in the video, a bit of the LiDAR sensor mounted near the roof. Similar to phones, I guess. You've got Snapdragon 8295 processor CPU, so that powers the beast. And then you've got Safari first class airline seat. So you can see that just looks ultra comfortable. So that covers everything on this slide. Jumping through to the next slide. So here you will see a short video again. So this time we're looking at the demonstration of ultimate passenger comfort. So you'll see reclining the first class Safari seats, 12 layers of cushioning, extendable footrest and a footrest platform. You'll also see just a video of what I had shown as a picture before, which is the heating and cooling fridge. You'll also notice that on each of the passenger sliding doors, there's extra screens which accommodate a digital clock at first glance, which turns into vent controls for the rear passengers. And I'm talking about this one over here. So let's hit play on the video, and you guys should be able to see everything that I've put up the description at the top.
它是这样的，就是这对前面的话有个脚蹬，它这边可以有一键，就是这个键，它就可以，对，你可以尝试一下。这样的话，它这脚蹬对，然后这样的话，它腿托也可以展起来。这样的话，就是它可以把整个压力啊做一些分布，就是你走长途旅行的时候，你也不会觉得就是特别的。对，就是我们新增的一个叫伊木斯堂，有这么一个
哇，如果出外景，突然有时间
对，在车上做一些做休息啊，
太好了哈。
对，
好喜欢。
对，一键它就可以再恢复到对这个位置，
很棒，就好像在飞机上一样。
你说对了。这里面就是包括我们刚才你看到这个小桌板啊，这些它依然就是带有的。所以你在飞机上刚刚提到的做一些办公啊，甚至这些对都
吃点东西也好方便哈。
对，吃点东西。这里面我们还加了一个冰箱。
哦，还有冰箱啊。
对，这里面它这个冰箱的话是可以到最低到零下6度，然后它可以就是加热到50度。我们自带了一个就是车内的这个叫车载的一个压缩机，它可以降
冷热
都可以的，对，可以设定不同的。
How cool is that? Makes me want to just work from the back of that instead. That's awesome. Imagine all the drinks that you could put in the back. And you could put hot drinks too, apparently, or put hot food. Amazing. Alright, let's keep moving on. As we're getting through to this section, the CEO was saying we're now moving on to the issues that users are most concerned about. And then it starts to talk about range. So down the bottom you can see there, the all-wheel drive version has a CLTC cruising range of up to 702 kilometers. And the next bit here is saying the fastest mass-produced electric battery in the world, 10 minutes of charging can get you a range of 500 kilometers, and this claims to be the world's first. And as you can see there, state of charge 10% to 80%. 560 kilowatts of peak power. Again, another claims of the world's first. So it only takes 11.5 minutes to charge from 10% all the way up through to 80%. So that is ridiculously quick speeds. And more on that in a moment. So, how are they going to do that? So what you see here is essentially Zeekr's V3 charger. So it's the V3 Zeekr single station charger. It's got the world's highest peak power of 800 kilowatts with 1000 volts maximum power output and 800 amps of maximum output current. So those are really big numbers, and that is essentially the station that you can see there. Okay, so all I want to tell you guys here is for the V3 charging, roughly 1 second, 1 kilometer, and now that today is something that everyone can really use. That's what they wanted to emphasize, charging speeds. So now they're talking about, or they're continuing to talk about, range. So here is the 140 kilowatt hour battery capable of going to 900 kilometers. So the other one, if we step back, was about 108 kilowatt hours. This is the upgraded or the bigger battery pack of 140 kilowatt hours, and they're claiming that you can do CLTC cycle 900 kilometers. So that is an absolutely big battery, and 900 kilometers is a pretty bold claim. And so, this one here is self-explanatory. 3.9 second sprint 0 to 100, and they are going to be the world's fastest MPV until something else comes out, until there's more competition, but for now they can claim it. 3.9 seconds, world's fastest MPV. Alright, we've got more features over here all around. So some of the stuff you would have seen already, like the top ones on soft napper, and then on the other side how we've got a 30 speaker surround sound system. In the inside, in terms of space, you've got 7.4 square meters of cockpit inner area. You've got the Eames lounge chair with 16 adjustments, and in terms of the fridge, we've got the size here, it's 8.6 litres. So lots and lots of drinks that you can put there. This bit here is all about intelligence and Zeekr intelligence. So how we've structured this one is we've tried to dub in the translation in English as we've gone through, just so you guys can understand what they're talking about, but this is essentially the demonstration of the Eva AI Assistant.
旅游，我想去看丹顶鹤。
以下是一个看丹顶鹤的3日行程安排。第一天上午，
出发，
抵达丹顶鹤自然保。
推荐一首适合在香港听的歌。
为你推荐适合在香港听的歌曲。
播放。
东方之珠，一首。好的，一起来听。
这个歌手给什么电影写过歌？
罗大佑曾为电影《阿郎的故事》写过歌曲。
看一下。
你的样子等阿郎的。
这个电影的男主还演过什么别的？
好的。周润发还演过《英雄本色》《赌神》等。
回到车模页。
好的。
打开雾灯、氛围灯、阅读灯，打开冰箱、后车窗、后备箱、后橱窗。
好的。
打开空调调节界面，把主驾空调调到22度，副驾23度，最低档风速。打开后排座椅加热和方向盘加热，播放一首郭富城的歌，导航到香港的极客。
找到一个结果，导航去这里可以吗？
出发。
请选择路径。
开始导航。
郭富城先生来到了我们的发布现场。作为全球009的首批 VIP 的车主之一，我想问问我们的天王表现满意吗？谢谢。
Alright, what do you guys think of the AI assistant? I don't think I would ever be giving that many commands, but it is fantastic to know it's tested, it's tried, and you can give it a lot of instructions all at once, or a lot of commands all at once, and it will execute on every single one of those. Alright, what's next? This is more of the Eva AI Assistant and different types of voice commands.
打开直笛屏。好的。打开空调，座椅按摩已打开，打开座椅通风，折叠屏展开了。
嗨，
哇，来了。再说，
最近杭州周末有什么好玩的地方？
好的，下面是5个杭州适合周末游玩的地方。
安排杭州好玩的周末游吧，要有人文，要有娱乐，还要有美食。
杭州市周末2天行程安排。
附近有什么好玩的水上乐园？
好的，以下是一些杭州附近好玩的水上乐园。
第一个，
去这里。
搞定。
开始导航。我们出发了。
耶！
来点音乐吧。
一起来听歌吧。
介绍一下这首歌吧。
降 E 大调第1号圆舞曲《华丽大圆舞曲》是波兰作曲家弗里德里克·萨拉。隧道空气质量较差，需要帮你关闭车窗吗？
嗨，伊娃，
我在。
我想看猫和老鼠。
我找到了好几个符合要求的资源，来看看想播放哪一个吧。遵命。
这部电影讲的是什么？
《猫和老鼠之雪人乐园圣诞节》主要讲述了汤姆和杰瑞在雪人乐园检测到前弹可能起雾，为您推荐自动除雾功能，是否开启？
开启。嗨，伊娃。
我在。
查一下欧洲杯赛程。
2024欧洲杯赛程如下。
嗨，伊娃，拍个照吧。
这么好看，帮我画幅风景画吧。
好的，请稍后。
Look at that. it's got all these chat GPT like functions or Copilot type functions. Pretty cool. Alright, so this one here, this is saying they've now got the industry's first child protection app, and that's a direct translation, so it may sound odd, but it is essentially focused on children's aged 0 to 12 years. Some of the functions there on the bottom left, you can see there: baby on board, baby sleeps peacefully, child lock protection, baby monitoring, children's space, smart screen control. I don't have too much information on every single one of those, but we do have a video that I'm about to jump over to, so you guys can see it. So this one here, the dad activates child protection mode for the road trip and receives notification when the child touches the buttons. So here we go.
爸爸，今天我们去哪里呀？
去一个你没去过的地方冒险。
走喽！
欢迎想想探险家，准备出发喽！
On the road, I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon.
Alright, what do you guys think of that? Would you guys use child mode if you guys got kids in the back? Let me know in the comment box below. Let's jump through to the next one. Alright, so let's talk price. So 3 variants across the top that you guys can see there. 6-seater executive version, which is all-wheel drive. Retail starts from $469,000 in RMB, in Chinese RMB that is, which is essentially, from a direct conversion, is $96,400. And obviously 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds, 108 kilowatt hour batteries, 702 kilometers CLTC cycle. In the middle there you've got the 7-seater oil version, again all-wheel drive, and pricing starts from 459,000 RMB, which is roughly $94,370. Again, same that you can see in the middle, which is 108 kilowatt hour batteries, 702 CLTC, and 3.9 0 to 100. So basically 6 and 7 seater at this point in time seems like roughly $2,000 difference, or 2,000 Australian dollars difference. And then there's a bigger difference in the lower spec model that you can see here, which is just a 7-seater oil version, and that retail price starts from 439,000 RMB, which is roughly $90,260 with a direct conversion. The key difference here you can see is that the left and the middle one, 0 to 100 in 3.9, the right one is 6.9. It also doesn't say all-wheel drive. The bit that we're not sure on is it front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. So those are essentially 3 of the variants, and we'll jump through to the next one. So over here they are saying, so remember the previous slide was 108 kilowatt hour battery. This here is saying you do have the option to upgrade to the 140 kilowatt hour battery, which is the proposed 900 kilometer range, and that's for roughly 50,000 RMB, which is approximately 10,280 Australian dollars. So I guess the question is, if you had, or if you were in the market for a car, would you get the one that says you've got a 108 kilowatt hour battery, supposedly roughly 700 kilometers CLTC, which realistically, based on proposed range or in terms of those stats, you'd be getting a little bit less than that? Or would you pay roughly $10,000 for the ones in Australia to upgrade to the 140 kilowatt hour battery to have further range? It's a lot of money, but it's also a really big battery. So you're getting a good what is it, 108 to 140, you're getting another 42 kilowatt hours. So it's a fair bit of battery to add on. I do wonder how energy efficient the car will be, having that much extra weight to carry the 140 kilowatt hour battery. So that'll be something interesting. Hopefully we can find that in the future, and I'll share it with you guys. So this one here is saying, current 009 owners who purchased this new 009 by 31st of August 2024 will get 30,000 RMB rebate, which equates to roughly 6,100 Australian dollars. So basically it's an incentive for people to put in orders straight away, and as soon as they do, or obviously by 31st of August, you do get $6,100 AUD or 30,000 RMB as a rebate. Fantastic. Alright, so some more stats or information about the vehicle itself. So let's talk warranty. 6 years, 150,000 kilometers warranty. You've got, for the 3 electric systems, lifetime warranty, data traffic, free for life, roadside assistance, free during warranty period, which essentially means the 6 years or 150,000 kilometers. You've also then got on the far right, you can see there, lifetime functionality for the to experience Zeekr Add full intelligence driving system. That kind of sounds like some, if I had to use Tesla terminology, some autopilot or enhanced autopilot type stuff. So more on that when we find out, but you do have lifetime functionality as a part of the vehicle purchase. Alright, so this here is essentially just saying, right here, right now. Order now, deliveries commence 22/7/2024. So I'm recording this Monday 22nd of July. So basically what they were saying is when this was streamed 3 days ago, or when the event happened 3 days ago, they were ready to push deliveries 3 days later. So we should essentially be seeing deliveries by the time you're watching this video. So that'll be pretty good in terms of seeing all the official reviews come up. Alright, and based on some conversions. So in Hong Kong itself, so the cars that we saw just then were prices from China side of things, which was in RMB. This here is the Hong Kong price. So it does look like it is a slightly different variant, because on this one here it says 400 volt architecture, 582 Ks for our WLTP cycle, 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. It is 755,000 Hong Kong dollars. Now, just going on to, I guess, an online calculator to work out the direct conversion price, it is roughly $144,500 AUD for the specific car converted across. Obviously, it's just an exercise we're doing just to kind of try and understand the price. I did then jump onto Tesla website because we know that Tesla is sold in Hong Kong. It's also sold in Australia. And so over here is your cash example or cash price example. So Tesla Model 3 cash price in Hong Kong is $354,000. If we convert that to Australian dollars, is $67,752. In Australia, you can get the Model 3 approximately for $59,818. So in Australia, the purchase price is a little less. Now, obviously, we need to factor in taxes, charges. We don't know how the car or what spec will come to Australia. However, based on speculation, and again, this is purely my speculation, is that if we're talking about the exact conversion, then it should be less than $144,500 if we're comparing to the Hong Kong specific equivalent. So let's see how my speculation pans out over the next couple of months until it gets here, and fingers crossed that it's not going to be too much more than that. Alright, and in terms of numbers, so the 3,000 plus that they've got on screen there essentially translates to they've already got over 3,000 pre-orders from Hong Kong, China and overseas markets. Alright, so this is the last video as a part of the presentation or as part of the conference or the official launch before we do the outro. So this here is the dramatic entrance for the 009 coming onto stage. Yes, they have had a full orchestra there for you guys. What a grand entrance. I can only imagine how that would have felt there in person, hearing that orchestra. That would have been absolutely amazing. And so that takes us to the end of the entire video. Guys, if you watched the entire video, thank you so much for your support. Absolutely appreciate it. Give the video a like, thumbs up, subscribe for more content. If you guys are excited for the Zeekr brand to launch into Australia just as much as I am, let me know in the comments below. Are you in the market for a Zeekr 009? And if you are, which variant would you buy? Just know that when it comes here, I would love to be able to sit in one, review one, get in it, give you guys my honest feedback. In terms of size, it is a really big and really long car though. This car is 5.2 meters long, or just a bit over 5.2. I think it's 5.208. So it's an absolute long car. It's an absolute big car, beautiful car, luxurious car, you name it. As the CEO was saying, this is the entire MPV reimagined. It is going to be the luxurious leader of MPVs, and it's got the world's fastest MPV claim of 0 to 100, 3.9 seconds. So very exciting to see this potentially coming to Australia. I hope we get all the specifications, all the specs, because the more the better. So yeah, I won't ramble too much more. So as I said, give the video a like, subscribe for more content. I'm going to leave you guys with the outro that I think is really suitable, that will hopefully get you guys just excited for this car as I am. So we'll see you soon, and enjoy the outro.